What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are finally going to be doing the Kevin Durant Suns rebuild. I know we are extremely late to the party in terms of actually getting this rebuild done, but you know what? We're trying to get back into the swing of things here on YouTube, get back into some rebuilds. We're going to also be mixing in some just normal NBA talk videos along with some live streams, so be on the lookout, man. But I wanted to come back, get this Kevin Durant Suns rebuild done, man, because this is an extremely exciting one. And I'm hoping to win a couple championships today. I'm going to go ahead and assume that 99.9% of the people watching this video right now know the exact trade, but just in case you have been living under a rock or whatever, we'll read off the trade real quick. The Phoenix Suns have traded for Kevin Durant for a package that includes dynamic forward Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and 4 unprotected future first-round picks. So it's quite the haul. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the trade and my thoughts on it too much. I have done that in my video when I was kind of going over the trade deadline. It's the one right before this. You guys are going to go watch that. Feel free to check it out. But KD is officially a Sun, man. It puts them way up in terms of contention in the Western Conference. And this is such a fun trade in my opinion, man. I'm super excited for this rebuild today. A couple final housekeeping things before we do get into this video. It has been well over a month since I've actually done a rebuild, so stick with me for a minute if this one's kind of painful. That's why I kind of want to start with an easy one, because we're hoping this, obviously can lead to multiple championships when you have Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, whole 9 yards. Second being, we're using start today. So we are past the trade deadline at this point. We are using start today. Obviously, there'll be no more trades. I'm not going to count this as a full season, so we're going to do 3 seasons even after this. I think it's just the best way to do it, and obviously I don't want to start at the beginning of this season when half start today. It doesn't really make any sense. So we're going to do this, man. We're also going to eventually figure out some sort of good schedule that works for myself and works for you guys as well in terms of rebuild some days, just NBA talk videos some days, maybe some live streams. We're going to get into all that, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll sit down, I'll chat with you guys on a live stream in just a few days. But without further ado, man, we have the Kevin Durant Phoenix Suns rebuild. Let's get into it. So by using start today, that obviously puts us past the trade deadline, which means we really can't make any moves. We're just going to sim out the rest of this season. I mean, we have an extremely talented team, so I still have some championship hopes, but we can't make any trades with the rest of this the rest of the season, and the team is the way that it looks. So we'll go over it really quick, just in case you're missing anybody or you don't know something, whatever it may be. Chris Paul, obviously not his best season going on so far. He is one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. Hoping, Kevin Durant can maybe alleviate some of that pressure. Obviously, having Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton next to him as well. Hopefully going to work out for the best. We have, I almost said Chris Payne. Cameron Payne as his backup here, only on a 1-year deal. It's not a terrible backup point guard option. We have Devin Booker here, who's on, I believe, a Supermax contract, and 99% chance he's not going anywhere. We have Terrence Ross, who came over after getting bought out by the Orlando Magic. Not a bad pickup. We have Damian Lee, Landry Shamet here as well. I'm going to figure out if I'm even able to get either of these guys playing time down here. We'll see, but it's never bad to have, the reserves. Obviously, Kevin Durant, the man of the hour at the trade deadline. I mean, I don't think it was a move that anybody saw coming. I mean, the writing was on the wall when Kyrie got traded, but I think a lot of people assumed that KD was going to be moved this offseason, potentially when there were more bidders. For me, I mean, I get it. I think the Brooklyn Nets kind of just wanted to move on and clean house, and the Nets are a pretty exciting team to watch right now. I can't even lie to you, but Kevin Durant's a Sun, man. He's 34 years old. He's on a 4-year deal. He's not going anywhere, but we're going to hope to God that we can get him another championship. We have Torrey Craig here, Josh Okogie as well. We have TJ Warren, who also came over in, part of that deal with Brooklyn. I'm not going to sit here and say it's, a huge piece, but it's not a bad option. He's probably going to start at the 4 for us. Darius Bazley, another underrated pickup from the trade deadline for the Phoenix Suns. Then we have DeAndre Ayton here, who I kind of thought was going to be involved in some sort of trade package, maybe for Kevin Durant. But they were able to keep him, and they have a big 4 here now. So it's a pretty talented roster, obviously. As things stand at the moment, if we get into some of the standings, we are 32-28. Obviously, getting right past the deadline right now. So I don't know if we're going to be able to catch some of these top teams, but as long as we're kind of in the mix in the playoffs, I kind of like our chances a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and set the rotation real quick. I'm going to show you guys that. Then we're going to sim year 1. Hoping going out and winning a championship. Let's get into it. So I went ahead and set the rotation. I think the best way I probably could figure this out right now. I mean, obviously, there's not much brain work to do in terms of the starting 5. It's relatively laid out for us here in 2K anyways. And this is the way it's going to look. It's going to be Chris Paul and Devin Booker, obviously. When both fully healthy, one of the more talented backcourts in the entirety of the league. You have Kevin Durant here. I mean, I am just so... Obviously, he hasn't played a game with them yet because he's been injured. But I'm hoping, man, that first game, I will 1,000,000% be watching. I'm looking forward to that. so much, just as a basketball fan, man. You got TJ Warren here starting at the 4. We'll see what ends up happening with that. I was considering playing KD at the 4, maybe starting somebody else at the 3, but we'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, we'll obviously change some things up. And then you have DeAndre Ayton here starting at center. Really no surprise there. The bench, it's decent. It's not the greatest bench I've ever seen by any means, but it's a pretty good bench, and it's one that I'm kind of hoping can be good enough to get us to a championship. It's Cameron Payne, Darius Bazley, Torrey Craig, Terrence Ross, and Jock Landale. Or Landale, I don't know how the hell to pronounce his name. Jock's playing because I don't have another backup big man, and I went and looked at the free agents in terms of backup big men. I mean, it was Dwight Howard, who could be an interesting addition. It was Enos Freedom, who, fucking lunatic. But I wasn't really able to get guys like Josh Okogie or Landry Shamet or Damian Lee into the starting 5. Also, isn't Damian Lee like sniper from 3-point percent or I can't fucking speak. 3-point land this year? Isn't he just like letting it rain? Jesus Christ. Fuck, I feel like there should be a way to get him in here, but in the 2K world, it makes sense to run it this way. Like, if this was real life, obviously I'm completely doing this much differently than I am right now, but, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, do I play Terrence Ross over somebody like Landry Shamet or Damian Lee? I guess, we'll see. We have the depth, man. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Just because I make rotations like this in 2K, I understand they're never going to look like this in real life, nor should they, but this is typically what works best in 2K. We will see. If it does not, we'll make some changes. I'll let you guys know. As of now, I'll see you guys at the end of our first season. We wrap up year 1 with a record of 44-38. So by no means is it the greatest record in the world. Maybe it wasn't quite the turnaround we were hoping for, but we're in the playoff mix now, which is obviously the most important thing. I mean, anything can happen come playoff time. Luka Doncic, MVP here on the season. He's definitely an MVP candidate right now. Is he ahead of Giannis or Jokic, or I'm throwing Tatum right there, Embiid? I don't really know, but Luke is obviously insanely impressive. I love that him and Kyrie are together now. We're going to be getting that, Luka and Kyrie rebuild going pretty soon. If not, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Ben Mathurin, Sixth Man of the Year. Should be Malcolm Brogdon. No, just my opinion. Joel Embiid wins Defensive Player of the Year. Trey Jones, Most Improved. Joe Mazzulla, that doesn't look like Joe Mazzulla. Not really. Wins Coach of the Year. It's definitely a possibility. He's finally had his interim label removed from the Celtics, and I think he definitely deserves it. Celtics finished with their best record in the league at 58-24. As I mentioned, we finished 44-38. That was good enough for the 5 seed, so we didn't really move up or down too much. While the Warriors really shot up. Warriors versus Suns in like any round would be so entertaining this year. We'll see. Kevin Durant leads us in scoring, followed by Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Cameron Payne, Warren. It goes on and on and on. Led in boards by DeAndre Ayton and led in assists by Chris Paul. I'm hoping CP doesn't retire this offseason. As weird as it is to say, I honestly will probably trade him because I think we all know how much he'll probably regress. We got a super fun first round here, man. I'm sure you all remember last year. The Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference semifinals that went 7 games, and then the Mavericks ended up blowing out the Suns on their home floor in Game 7, man. But, yeah, our team's looking a little different this time when you had Kevin Durant. But they also have Kyrie, so you got 2 former teammates going at it. Let's see what happens here in the first round. We are up 2-1. We go up 3-1, and we close them out in 5 games. We are officially moving on to take on the Denver Nuggets, who actually went 7 with the Timberwolves. Denver is the best team in the West at the moment. There's really no other way to say it. Nikola Jokic is most likely going to win a 3rd straight MVP, and he's playing like it. So this is an extremely good team. It's a challenging team, and I'm really hoping that we can maybe get by him right here, but I don't know. We're up 2-1 at the moment. We are tied at 2 games. We go down 3-2, and we're going to Game 7, and we lose. Damn. All right, year 1 does not result in a championship. You have Denver versus Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. You have Cleveland versus Philadelphia. Wow, look at Philadelphia getting out of the second round. I'm impressed. Jokic wins Western Conference Finals MVP, and Donovan Mitchell Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Denver Nuggets go on to win the finals as Nikola Jokic. I guess technically in the game, he's only a 2-time MVP and then a finals MVP, but in real life, he'd probably be you know what I'm saying. Let's get into the offseason, man. Oh, Chris Paul, please don't do it to me. Please don't do it to me. Shit. Oh my God, Chris Paul didn't retire. Right? Unless I missed him. Please tell me Chris Paul didn't retire. Okay, I don't think Chris Paul retired. Unless I just completely blew by him and missed him, which I definitely could have. I'm not the smartest person in the world. Popovich retires. So it means I'm probably going to be trading Chris Paul. Hate to be the asshole in the room, but he's, 37 years old at this point? Probably going to retire next season, and we still have 3 years to go after this. So we're going to go ahead and probably try to make some trades, get maybe an upgrade at the point guard spot. Monty Williams is not going anywhere. I think he's a good head coach. Do I think at times he's maybe not been the brightest bulb in the room? Definitely. But you can say that about anybody. But Monty Williams overall is a good head coach. We're not going to move him. We don't really have any draft picks for the remainder of this video, which is kind of the one tough, challenging thing about this in terms of making trades. But I think it was well worth it to get Kevin Durant. But I do not need the 19th overall pick in round 2. It feels weird. It's my first trade in like a month. So we're not going to draft anybody this year. We are going to go ahead and take a look at some team player options. Cameron Payne has a team option. I'll bring him back, especially with potentially moving on from Chris Paul. You never really know. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to bring back Jock. Darius Bazley's definitely going to get a qualifying offer from me. We'll take a look at free agency right now. We don't have any big free agents really, do? Oh, shit. Well, we have some here. Okay, I'm going to definitely try to bring back TJ Warren. I'm probably going to trade TJ Warren directly after that. Bazley's going to get a qualifying, so I can wait. I mean, honestly, not a lot of these guys were in the rotation, and it kind of sucks to say, but it's kind of the reality of the situation. I think we can honestly go ahead and get upgrades. So that's what I'm going to try to do, man. I really think that's the smartest move at this point in time. You know what I actually might do? Yeah, this is kind of douchey, but it's an unrealistic rebuild for a reason. Yeah, give me Terrence Ross and give me Okogie. I'm sorry, this is completely douchey, but this is not a realistic rebuild, so I'm going to throw these players in the trade in hopes of going out and maybe getting an upgrade at our point guard position. All right, so we're getting TJ Warren back. He could be traded. I'm not 100% positive on that. It really all depends what we can. Did I fucking goddamn it? Did I renounce Bazley, didn't I? I'm rusty. I told you I'm rusty. I really did. Let's find a trade. I have absolutely no idea what is going on in the minds of the Sacramento Kings, but they want 38-year-old Chris Paul and a 2026 draft pick that is most likely not going to be anything valuable. And they want to give me De'Aaron Fox, who has been unbelievably good this year. It's one of the main reasons why the Kings are as good as they have been. And yeah, De'Aaron Fox, welcome to Phoenix. I don't understand the trade, but 2K logic is 2K logic. Welcome to the team. Definitely get a little bit younger, and I would definitely take De'Aaron Fox over Chris Paul right now. So what we have to decide is what we want to do with our starting power forward spot or small forward spot. We can move KD to either. I'm thinking I want to get an upgrade. I'm not going to sit here and say that TJ Warren was the reason we didn't win a championship last year, but if we can get an upgrade, it's definitely going to help, significantly increase those chances. So let's maybe see what we can come up with. Again, we don't have a ton of assets in terms of draft picks. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, we just made a pretty big trade. I did not think that was going to go through. We sent TJ Warren, Terrence Ross, Josh Okogie, and our one remaining first-round draft pick in 2024 to the Indiana Pacers, and we were able to pick up Benedict Mathurin, which means he is going to not be coming out the bench anymore. He will be starting, and Kevin Durant is going to be moving to the power forward spot. I mean, his overall really doesn't change. And yeah, man, we definitely made an upgrade. I think maybe the one tough thing at this point is that we don't have many guys. Oh, shit. We don't have many guys to come off the bench anymore. And part of that's my fault for accidentally renouncing the rights on Darius Bazley. But we might just go 9-man rotation anyways. So I think Landry Shamet might get playing time unless I can maybe find an upgrade. But we definitely need to find a backup small forward and a backup center. I mean, if I move Landry Shamet, who is making $10 million, which is a lot of goddamn money. How the hell did he get that? I fucking hate Grayson Allen. I'm not seeing anything I really love here. I mean, I could just get Okogie back, who obviously just went ahead and moved to Indiana. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep Landry Shamet. Maybe we'll. You know what? Screw it. I'll keep Landry Shamet. He'll be the backup to Devin Booker. We now need to find a backup small forward and a backup center at this point in time. So, a guy like Chimsy Metu is not a horrible idea at all. I mean, we had Jock Landale playing last year, for God's sakes. And then Torrey Craig, why the hell not? It's just it's a backup. We're all set right now. This team is looking a little bit different than it did last year, but we have a new big five, I guess, if you want to throw Mathurin in there. And yeah, we're going to go 9-man rotation, man. This is, I guess, technically year 1. I'll call it year 2, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the start of year 2 here in Phoenix. I'm not going to lie, when I take a look at this team right now, I'm liking the moves that we made a whole lot. Now, obviously, I like them and they look great on paper, but is that going to translate to obviously winning and hopefully a championship? Only time will tell. So this is how the team is going to look for year 2 here in Phoenix. De'Aaron Fox, obviously a tremendous trade that I was really kind of surprised that 2K just did. That felt like a trade that I would have to include 3 or 4 first-round picks on, along with Chris Paul, and then maybe they'll take him and give me De'Aaron Fox, but They did it anyways. It's De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Ben Mathurin, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. We slide KD up to the 4, and it's not a crazy big deal at all, with Ben Mathurin coming over starting at the 3. The bench is okay. It's definitely what we're going to want to work on this offseason, so we'll see. It's Cameron Payne, Chimsy Metu, Landry Shamet, and Torrey Craig. By no means is it a great bench, but it'll have to do at least for now. I think this team can win a championship. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Year 2 comes to a close as Trae Young takes home his first career MVP. Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks are by no means having a great season this year. Looks like they bounce back here in 2K, at least the year after, and Trae Young wins an MVP. Congrats. Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. Ended up going number 1 overall to the Indiana Pacers. And, yeah, the dude's unbelievable. Jordan Poole, 6th Man of the Year in Golden State. Evan Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year. Tyler Hero, Most Improved. Willie Green wins Coach of the Year. I didn't even see our record, but we are a 2 seed here in the West. Let's take a look at the standings. We go 51-31, which obviously isn't great. I thought we'd be really close to 60 wins. I mean, especially with this team. But I guess maybe what it comes down to is just maybe the way the bench is built. But, I mean, the scoring's actually pretty evenly spread out with the way that this starting 5 is kind of constructed. But we'll see. We're still a 2 seed, so, I mean, it's nothing to be upset about. Another first-round matchup with Dallas. We obviously beat them last year. It looks like they have lost Kyrie Irving. They have added Jordan Clarkson, our old friend Darius Bazley. They've added Russell Westbrook. How's he playing for them this year? Not that bad, honestly. Well, this doesn't get me excited, but, I mean, it's improving. Okay, well, I mean, without Kyrie Irving, I don't really feel like this should really be too much of a series at all. It somehow goes to 7 games. I have no idea. Golden State here in round 2. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga. They got Zach Collins starting, Jordan Poole off the bench. It's a talented team, man. There's a lot of talent over there in Golden State. No matter what, I don't care what the surrounding roster looks like. Steph Curry is Steph Curry, man. So we'll see. We're going to Game 7 again, and we lose. What the hell? Hold on a minute. Hold on a goddamn minute. What? What? Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Robinson. It seems like they have Draymond Green there as well. It's not a bad team. Like this, the way this roster is constructed, this is a playoff team. But you're going to sit here and tell me that New York Knicks team got through. Let's see, just go around. The Cavs, who are one of the more annoying teams to play in 2K. The Celtics, who are arguably the best team in the league. And the 76ers, who have Joel Embiid and James Harden in an unbelievable squad. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, they're a 7 seed. I don't get it. They take the Denver Nuggets to 6. Jokic wins back-to-back finals MVPs. I mean, he's making his case for, like, being one of the greatest big men of all time at this point. All right, it is officially offseason number 2, heading into year number 3. We are hoping that we can go ahead, maybe upgrade the bench a little bit, because we got to make some sort of move, man. I thought this team would... Holy shit, Oklahoma City has the top 2 picks. Fuck. God damn it. Do I want to move on from Monty Williams? Let's look at some candidates. Stauffer's here. I'm getting Stauffer. I'm going to say that we came to a disappointing... Come on, Mike. Oh, you douche. Russ Tatum. What? Oh, man. Like, Monty Williams is a good coach. God damn it. I wanted my boy Mike Stauffer. Just don't have any goddamn money. This kind of sucks. This kind of really sucks. Billy Donovan's definitely not the answer. Frank Payne. Man, I feel like we're in a... Oh, whoa. Oh, I thought it was Brad Stevens. I was like, how is he... Like, he's not even a coach. Benjamin Stevens. Okay. Jacques Vaughn. No. Solace. I don't know, man. I'm in like a weird spot right now. I guess maybe I'll just bring back Monty. I guess I will. We're going to do a 1-year kind of test it deal. Monty, who else is hiring you? Seriously? Okay. God damn it, man. You know what? Just give me Jacob Underwood. I don't even care anymore. I don't. It's a head coach. It's not as important as I'm really making it out to be. Let's head into the draft where we undoubtedly don't have any draft picks. We have 2 second-round draft picks, neither of which I plan on using. It is time to upgrade this bench. That is something we immediately need to do right now. I'm going to bring back Shamet and Mathurin, obviously. No, I'm good on all those guys there. And let's hit free agency because I don't think we're going to have any money, unfortunately. Cameron Payne's a free agent. Actually is a pretty important piece of this already pretty bad bench. But I'd like to get Cameron Payne back, so let's go ahead and sign him. And everybody else is completely free to go. So we're going to probably try to see if we can sign some upgrades, and then we'll try to look to make some trades. Because, Bogdan Bogdanovic might not be a terrible kind of guy to have on this team. It looks like he's one of the better free agents. So we're going to bring in Bogdan here. Most likely going to be backing up Devin Booker for the remainder of this video. And now this allows me to maybe go out and make an upgrade somewhere else. So Shamet's probably going to go. I think making an upgrade at our backup small forward is huge. Shimzi Metu I'm kind of fine with. I mean, 6 and 6 for the minutes he was playing is acceptable. So let's go ahead and try to find an upgrade at the backup small forward spot. We're going to be making this trade here with the Milwaukee Bucks, sending them Landry Shamet and Torrey Craig and a second-round draft pick for Dorian Finney-Smith and a future first in 2028. Dorian Finney-Smith is not the answer to my prayers, but he's a good defensive piece that we're going to have come off the bench. We also get a first-round pick, which could be a trade asset next offseason. So Dorian Finney-Smith will slide down to the backup 3. He will undoubtedly be backing up Ben Mathurin. And, yeah, I don't think we made the craziest upgrades in the world to this bench, but it definitely got a little bit better. So I'm pretty content with this team right now moving forward. I'm really hoping this is our championship year. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. So we went ahead this offseason. We made some moves in hopes of upgrading our bench. I don't think we did the greatest job in the world, but I think we got some pieces with Bogdanovich and Dorian Finney-Smith that are hopefully going to help us improve in the short term. These are not long-term moves. These are short-term moves as we are trying to win a championship right now. It is De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Ben Mathurin, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. No part of the starting 5 changes. Bogdanovich will take over the role as the 6th man. He'll be backing up Devin Booker, followed by Cameron Payne, Shimzi Metu, and Dorian Finney-Smith. All 77s coming off the bench. Not too terrible. I am hoping for a championship here in year 3. Let's go see if we can do it. We wrap up year 3 with a record of 54-28. Victor Wembanyama is taking the league by storm, clearly, as he wins an MVP in just his 2nd season in the NBA. Wow. Keontae George wins Rookie of the Year, also in Indiana. Jesus Christ. Lonzo Ball, 6th Man of the Year. Saw earlier today that Lonzo's just, out for the rest of the season. I mean, what in the hell is happening in Chicago right now, man? What? I don't know what happened, Lonzo. I mean, look, I get that injuries, linger and things come up that you weren't expecting when it first happens, but if there's any way that that Bulls medical staff and that Bulls front office made him practice and play before he was fully healthy, and then he got injured more to the point that he can't even play for an entire year, I mean there should be some serious repercussions on that, man. Because if Lonzo's out this entire year for something that I think people thought was originally going to be a month to a month and a half injury, that's ridiculous. Sorry. Yeah, this one's Defensive Player of the Year. Jett Howard, Most Improved. Not going to lie, man. I'm not really sure who this is, but congrats. Good year. Nate McMillan does win Coach of the Year. Oh, God. We are not the Houston Rockets. What? Okay. What? We go 54-28. We're the 2 seed here in the West. Obviously, it didn't matter last year, though. I mean, I don't really know what else to do with this team. KD's numbers are going down significantly, and that is really unfortunate. I don't know if maybe I'm not using him right, or maybe there's just too much talent around him. Whatever the situation may be, man, I want to win a championship. Kyrie is in Utah. I'm going to let that sit for a while. Okay, that's a pretty good Utah Jazz team, though. They're definitely on the come-up, and I'm hoping we can handily beat them here in round 1. We are up 3-1, and we do win in 5. The Los Angeles Lakers here in round 2. You got, what is this, 40-year-old LeBron? Yep, 40-year-old LeBron. You have D'Lo here. Jared Vanderbilt's here. Looks like Anthony Davis has taken his talents elsewhere. So, I mean, LeBron at the age of 40 is completely putting this team on his back. They don't really scare me too much. We end up sweeping. We have the 8-seeded Pelicans, man. Oh, the Zion Williamson effect is completely real, obviously. But this is still a good team. CJ McCollum's definitely a little bit older at this point in time, but they're still a good squad, and Zion's still Zion here, especially in 2K. We're up 3-1. We do end up winning in 5. Kevin Durant wins Western Conference Finals MVP at the age of 36. Trae Young wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You have the Suns and the Hawks. Both of these teams, correct me if I'm wrong, we're in the conference finals in that 2021 playoff round, correct? I believe so. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Clint Capella. I mean, not a ton about their team has really changed. I had OG Anunoby, actually. Not a ton has really changed. I mean, they obviously have great depth, as you can see, but the main pieces of that squad really haven't changed too much. We're up 3-2 here, and we do end up winning. Thank God. I was going to say, if with that talent I can't win a championship, man, maybe I shouldn't have come back to rebuilds in the first place. But no, we do get it done here in year 3. We still do have one more year. I'm not ending the video short by any means. Kevin Durant gets a Finals MVP here in Phoenix. Obviously, you'll love to see it. Okay, let's get into our final offseason right now. Obviously, not as worried as much and not stressing as much anymore, but you still want to go out and compete and hopefully win a championship. Wow, the Jazz have that Minnesota pick, which ends up going number 1. That's insane. Staff signing, I mean, I'm not going to move on from Jacob Underwood. Man, maybe I prematurely fired Monty Williams, but hey, Jacob Underwood in his first year as our head coach took us to the finals, and he won the whole damn thing. So he's not going anywhere. Let's head up to team player options. See what we got here. Ben Mathurin coming back. Dorian Finney-Smith has a $15 million player option. Obviously, got to pick that up. We're not going to have any qualifying offers. Let's get to free agents. De'Aaron Fox free agent, because if he is, we are fucked. I don't think so. Look at this free agency class. Holy shit. Let me just double check and confirm that everybody here. Okay, cool. I want to make sure like I didn't get screwed on anybody. Let's look at some of these offers. Like Giannis. Oh, Giannis is going to be leaving Milwaukee. They offered him. I'm assuming that has to be a supermax. 5 years, $256 million to go to the Lakers on a 3-year, $152 million deal. Tatum's going to be going. Oh, gross. That's gross. Oh, good God. LeBron's here. Doesn't even have a single offer. Like, want to come play for like $7 million? No, didn't think so. Okay. I was just testing it because, you know, he was 40. He actually used to be able to do that in old 2Ks. Like, you could sign like really old players that are really good still for really cheap money. So, I mean, when I look at this roster right now, obviously winning a championship, you assume you don't have to change a ton. We do need to find ourselves a new backup center. I'll just bring back Chimsy Metu. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, do I run it back? I honestly might. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I've been taught. But I think I might make a move or two. Maybe Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that his impact is really, you know, in the stat box. It's obviously more defensively, but maybe we can find that upgrade. I don't know. We have some draft picks to play with, and he's making a lot of money. So Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 first-round picks. I mean, I just want to glance. I mean, if I don't find anything that I love, then I won't do it. Taylor Horton-Tucker. Jesus Christ. Future star, Taylor Horton-Tucker. Lonnie Walker, well, okay, he's actually been pretty good. Jayshawn Tate's here as well. Lonnie Walker actually looked like he's been really... So, you know, yeah, let me pick up Lonnie Walker for the Detroit Pistons. Averaging, what, 12 points a game, did I say? Yeah, 12.5 points a game. All right, welcome to the team, Lonnie. That's going to be our final move. I will see you guys at the start of the final season here in Phoenix. It is officially the 4th and final season for us here in Phoenix. We've won a championship, man, and some of the pressure's alleviated. You still want to go out and give it your all and maybe win another one. So this is an insanely talented team. I almost sounded like I said insanely untalented. I meant to say insanely talented. Kind of just combine some words there. It's De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Ben Mathurin, KD, and DeAndre Ayton. The bench got a little bit better. Lonnie Walker having a really incredible season last year in Detroit. Actually, maybe he was in New Orleans, but I thought I could have traded with Detroit. I don't know. Cameron Payne, Chimsy Metu, and Bogdan Bogdanovic, man. I'm excited to see what happens. I'll see you guys at the end of the 4th and final year. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It was a tough final season in Phoenix. I don't know. I don't know if it's me trading Dorian Finney-Smith, if he was that important to our team's success, or Kevin Durant getting old, or maybe I have a bad starting 5 and I just don't realize it. But we went 47-35. Oh, I just almost dropped my phone. That would have sucked. Yeah, that's obviously not a great way to end a year when you're hoping to win a championship. Victor Wembanyama wins his 2nd straight MVP. Mikey Williams, Rookie of the Year. Anthony Black, 6th man. Victor Wembanyama also wins Defensive Player of the Year. Justin Edwards, Most Improved. Mark Daigneault wins Coach of the Year. Looks like the Oklahoma City Thunder are officially here. They have arrived. That's the wrong. Nope. Thank you. Yeah, man. I don't really know what it is. Something's wrong with this team. Maybe I screwed something up. Maybe I'm just still rusty. I don't know. Got Golden State here in the 1st round. Added Clint Capella to their squad. There are still a really talented team. I think we're better at this point in time, but just my opinion. I don't know if 2K agrees. I mean, 2K simulation is always a little bit weird. Okay, and we win in 6. I feel like I never really know like what's going to happen, even if I have like an insanely talented squad. This is a really young, and there's a lot of stars here in Oklahoma City, but they don't really have the experience maybe a team like us does have. So maybe we can get by them here around 2. Okay, we win the... Okay, cool. And Houston here in the Western Conference Finals. KPJ, Jalen Green, Cameron Whitmore, Jabari Smith Jr., Nyeka Okongwu, Terry Eason. Still a relatively young squad, but there's definitely a really good foundation there in Houston. I would still say we're the better team. I don't know if 2K is going to agree with me. We're down 3-2, and we're going to Game 7, and wow, we're in the NBA Finals. Okay, and we're taking on the Detroit Pistons. You got Cade Cunningham over there, Jaden Ivey, Brandon Miller, Precious Achiuwa, Jalen Duren, Killian Hayes, Anthony Melton. I mean, that's not an insanely talented crew, but it's weird, man. Like, I feel like we should be winning with ease. I do. And we lose. Okay, wow. I'm a little surprised because, like, I don't think it's weird because, like, when I make it that far, when I probably shouldn't have made it that far, son of a bitch, my phone. I feel like I should win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not gonna lose in the 1st round, I feel like I should win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Or the 2nd round. it's just weird, man. I don't really know how else to put it, but we got a championship here in Phoenix, obviously, which is great. Would have been really pissed if we didn't get one at all, but maybe I did something wrong, man. If you guys see anything that I did wrong, let me know down below in the comment section. Obviously, I haven't done one of these in over a month, so I definitely felt rusty, but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of felt good doing a rebuild again, man. I enjoyed recording this one, as if, you know, before, a month plus ago, I was not enjoying rebuilds at all. So I had a good time with this one, man. We're gonna talk down the line later this week about what my schedule looks like for the future, and I'm really excited to share some plans with you guys. So hopefully you guys are good with that, man. And other than that, that wraps this one up. As always, you guys are new around here, man. Welcome back to the channel, whatever it may be. Hit that subscribe button, stick around a while. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.